Deadwood Jedi's Clambers Calculator, the Arena Speed Tuner, and Hade's Artifact Extractor are just some tools that you can use to make your raid gameplay easier and faster. In this video, I'm going to be talking about RSL Helper, one of such tools that has a lot of features many players don't know about. I'm going to be highlighting 5 ways I use RSL Helper. Now, before we go into the features of RSL Helper, let's make this beneficial for the newer players who don't know what this is. It's basically an auto clicker, and you can download it by visiting the link I'll provide below directly to the Discord of the creator of the software. I'm not going to put a link to download the software. I'm going to put the link to his Discord, because the links always change. Whenever there's a new update, the links change. So you see there's a link here to download. It might be different from the previous version, so I don't want to give you an older version, so I'll give you the link to his Discord. That's where you can get all the help for RSL Helper. With that out of the way, with the RSL Helper downloaded, I'll give you a fair warning. This is a third-party software that is not authorized by Plarium. It is not an official software, so you should be careful when downloading. Always when downloading and installing software on your system, especially software that will require you to give it administrator privileges and has control of maybe some parts of your system and has network access. So with that warning out of the way, use at your own risk. RSL Helper simply links with your Raid Shadow Legends, not the account, but it links with your software on your system and helps you view a lot of items. The first one we'll look at is the auto clicker function. So if you're trying to run some spider runs right now, we have an event for spider going on, and luckily we have super rates on for this one. But if you do not have spider or super rates on, you will need to use your multi battles to run this spider multiple times, and you have limited number of multi battles you can use per day. But with the auto clicker function, you can simply type the number of runs you want for your spider, and it will run it for you simply by clicking that retry button for you while you are away from the computer. So this kind of maxes out or removes any limit on the multi battles that is set here for you. If you use your 40 or 50 multi battles for a day, you can see I don't use mine, because I always use this feature here that lets me type the number of runs I want for spider. So remember, you have to come to the run first before you start the battle. That's what most people sometimes they fail. You can't stay in the home screen here and expect RSL Helper to start the run. No, it doesn't work that way. Always remember to go to the dungeon you want to run. You can also do it for the force keep and magic keep and all that. So let's say if it's dragon, I go to dragon 20. At this screen, that's when I go and type the number of runs I want and start it with the play button. You can also stop the run at any time by clicking the stop button. With this feature, remember you are limited by energy in your bank or in your account, so you might need to turn on auto refill if you want to run a lot of spider or dragon runs. Auto refill will allow the run to continue by using your gems or your energy saved up in your inbox to refill. So if you do not want your gems to be used for energy, do not turn on auto refill, so that when the energy is exhausted, it will just stop the run. So that's the auto clicker function. That is the most popular reason why a lot of people use RSL Helper, and this is one of the things that people use it for, and they don't use any of the features. That's why I thought of making this video to show you 4 other features of RSL Helper you might not be using. The next one is the auto forge feature. You know how we have the events come up for CVC and you have to sit there and click forge your items one by one? If you've been farming a lot of Doom Tower or Faction Wars, you have a lot of resources to forge. So right now I have 10 right here, and this will take me 5 clicks to forge this. So with the auto forge feature, if I select my charms or you don't select charms, whatever, you can come to this screen first, turn on auto forge right here, and type the number of forges you want. So let's say you remember it's limited by your resources that you have. So let's say I want 10 forges right now. No, I think yes, 10 forges of this item. Let's turn it on and see what happens. You notice I did not turn on the feature that says auto sell because I don't want to sell these artifacts that I'm currently forging. We'll talk about that later. So if I say auto forge right now and see what's happening, my hands are up. It is forging and keeping the artifacts for me. It's not selling it. So that's the auto forge feature. So you simply walk away from your computer, come back, and you find all your resources, all your artifacts have been forged, waiting for you to maybe select and delete and upgrade whatever you want. So that's how neat this feature is, because without this auto forge feature, we'll be sitting here for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour, clicking this forge button. And it's not really a fun part of the game, if I might say. Of course, some people want to see what's coming, but no, I would rather see the artifacts that I've forged later from my inventory. So that's the feature. When auto forge completes, remember to always turn it off because it doesn't stop by itself. If you move to another part of the game, auto forge might try to do certain things, so always stop it. So that's the second feature I wanted to highlight. The third feature of RSL Helper that I would like to highlight is the event tracker. So we have a spider tournament going on right now, and I turned on my spider event tracker. With this on, I can see how many points I have scored in the spider tournament, 285, without needing to go to this page. You know how slow this page is. You have to wait for it to load up. It loads up, then you have to wait again to click the particular event, and then you see your number of points and see how many. With RSL Helper, you can see in real time the number of points you're scoring in each event by simply going to the event tracker and turning on the event. So let's say I have for arena wins, there's an arena tournament going on right now. Let's see how much points I have scored, how many wins I have. I have 648 points for the arena event right now. So there's a reason why you need to track this, because sometimes without the number of runs, you might want to select number of targeted points. So for the spider, if I wanted 2,750 points, this is the amount of points I need to get the maximum score for the spider event. And with this, knowing that I've not reached the point, I can simply turn on auto and it will run spider until these points are reached and stop the spider run. So that's one reason why you might want to track it, to run events according to the points that are available for it. So there's no need to come over here and click in your... Okay, champion chase cannot be tracked, of course. I think champion chase can be tracked, yes. But it's most useful for classic arena, for spider, for dragon and stuff like that. So that's the auto event tracker feature of RSL Helper. The third feature is the multi-level XP farming. XP farming, you can already tell I'm talking about campaign runs. So you come over here, you put in your champions that you want to level to 29 or 30, and then you do it run. You click here, you click retry until it's at 30. With this feature, you don't need to sit at your desk to do this. You can simply turn on multi-level XP farming of the RSL Helper and set food. Food is those other 3 stars or 4 stars that you need to level up. So with this, the software already knows I have 36 3-star champions and how many? 80 4-star champions. So I'm going to tell it how many it should level. So you can specify how many 3 stars it should level, whether it's 10. You can do a manual count for yourself, and so it doesn't go overboard and all that. But I like to turn on this feature. If you turn this feature off, it will take your food to 30 to 20 to maximum level. But if you turn this feature on, it will leave your food at 19, 29. It won't put them to their maximum level. So I can later use some 1-star, 2-star food to push them to the max. So that's this feature. With this turn on, you can simply start it. It doesn't count how many runs. Remember, you have to tell it how many artifact, how many food each should level. There's no number of runs. And also you can turn on auto refill for this feature also. So you can use your energy or gems to do it while you are away from the desk. Be careful with this feature. Run it, watch it happen once or twice before you leave the desk. Don't just start it and go away, else you come back and see your level 30s all maxed out and your run still wasting energy. So I don't always use this feature. I like to do my artifacts, your champion leveling myself while I'm at the desk. This is not, I don't have a lot of 3-star or 4 stars like a lot of you, so you might want to use this feature. This is not my most popular feature of the RSL Helper. And just as a side note, while we're here, for Minnow Grind or Minnow Scrolls, auto feature of also the RSL Helper, if I go to the Minnow Grind and I put in my champion that I want to level up, this is how you do it. Let's say I'm putting this champion to getting some books for this champion. With RSL Helper, I can turn on all Minnow Scrolls and this will farm the scrolls for that champion until it is maxed. Of course, auto refill has to be on if I want to use my gems or stuff for energy. I just wanted to mention that it's not a real feature, it's just part of the auto clicker feature. For the next one is the Messi counter. The Messi counter doesn't work 100% of the time, but if you always have your RSL Helper open with your raid game, any shard you pull will be tracked. Like the last event, I pulled some shards. If you've seen that video, I did not have RSL Helper open, so it did not track any of those shards that was open for the Void 2x events. And I got a Osoga War Collar, but RSL Helper doesn't know that. So you'd always have to have RSL Helper open with your game in order to track your shards accurately. If you don't want to do a manual count of your shards to know how close you are to the PT, this will help you, show you how many shards you've pulled and how close you are to PT by showing you the percentages over here. So that's a cool feature that is also available. And the last but not the least, champion index search function. This is so useful because up till date in Raid Shadow Legends, we don't have a cool way to find the champions we're looking for. So even if you go into your index, you need to know the particular function of these champions you're looking for, and even the name of the champion. So if I come here, I'm looking for a particular champion, you need to know them by the picture. It's very difficult. Even from the champion list over here, whether it's in your vault, you need to check if it's in your vault. There's no place to search, basically. That's what I'm saying. But with RSL Helper, you can simply go to this champion index over here and type the name of the champion you want to view. Say Xavier, and it shows you your champion. I currently have 2 Xavier, so it's showing me 2. If I double click on it, it shows me the artifacts and stuff I have on that champion, and also the masteries that I've put on that champion. A lot of details shown here, which you can screenshot and send to a friend without sending multiple screenshots. When you want to send artifacts and masteries and build to somebody, you send 3 screenshots. But with this, it allows you to just take a screenshot of this, snapshot to clipboard right there, and it is copied, and you can paste it anywhere you wish. So that's a cool 5 features of RSL Helper that I use daily. The least feature I use is the multi-level XP for food, because we don't have that much energy to be farming and leveling up food. But if you prefer that feature, you can use it. And if you have any questions about it, I forgot one very important one. The RSL Helper feature that lets you level up artifacts faster. That's one of the reasons why people download it. So with RSL Helper running, you can check over here. It's currently at 10 FPS. It knows I want to level up food, so it just automatically went to 10 FPS. This is what allows me to level up artifacts faster. You see, well, this is a level 10 artifacts, but you get the point. When people level up artifacts and then it goes really, really fast, that's the feature in RSL Helper that lets you do this. So once I've finished leveling up my artifact, it's back to 60 FPS. If you're doing your dragon or campaign runs and you want it to run a little bit faster, you can turn on 144 FPS so you can run a little bit faster. Unlimited FPS is not recommended. It's not going to make it a little bit faster, but if your processor or your GPU can handle it, go ahead with that. So that's the 5 features I wanted to show you that I use on RSL Helper, plus one more. And let me know if you have any questions about this software. Of course, if you have any particular errors you're facing or issues with it, head straight to their Discord, and there's a help section for English over here where you can post your screenshot and ask for questions, and people will reply you almost immediately. So I'm not a pro at RSL Helper. These are just the 5 features I use from it. And leave a like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.